Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming, and welcome to this quick beginner's guide to Apex Legends Season 6 edition. I've been recently getting a few comments from people asking me to make guide type video for new people who are very new to the game, who have just started and they want to understand how to play the game and understand the basics. Now, this guide is not for like the person who has never played this game. Like if you have no idea what this is, then this is probably not the guide for you. This is for people who have just started, spend like 5-10 hours, know the basics, like this is a BR game, you have to drop and pick up weapons, have some idea of what the legends do and their abilities. So think of this as chapter 2. Now, by no means am I a good player or like a great player or anything, but I have a lot of experience, and what I often do is record and keep some of my gameplay for self-analysis, because when you look back at certain games, you notice things in the videos and the replays that you did not notice during the heat of the moment, during the game itself. And this helps with your game awareness, game sense, and even things like aim. You can see if your aim is really bad on that day or not, if you were warmed up enough, whatever else. So I do that anyway, and since people have been asking me over the last few months, I got one comment again today, so I thought I'll just try at my hand at this, and hopefully it's useful for someone. So I play on the Frankfurt server. I'm in India. My ping is usually quite high, so this was about 172 ping in this game, milliseconds. I'm playing with two randoms, and this is also a very touchy subject for me, because one of my main criticisms with this game is, despite it being a team-based game, nobody actually plays it like a team, especially in pubs. In rank, okay, fair enough, but even in rank, people only start taking it seriously after hitting platinum rank. Before that, everybody thinks they are just a very good player and they just run solo trying to kill everyone, and they usually end up getting killed first without anything and get knocked, and they quit. So in this game, okay, another reason for selecting this game in particular is the teammates were actually decent, and by decent I don't mean they were like incredibly good with their aim, they were getting a lot of kills or anything. They understood teamwork, they were always close by, and we played as a team. The other reason I picked this game is because there were several moments in this game that I can use as good examples to show what to do and what not to do, because a lot of mistakes, a lot of good moments as well, and some lucky moments, and generally there was no lag issues. I don't think there were any predators in the lobby or anything, so generally it was about as good a game as I can get, with some good and bad moments, so that enough to analyze and improve, and enough where nothing went wrong, like nobody was silent, because a lot of issues with this game are related to audio, and sometimes you don't hear any footsteps. I don't think we had a single issue like that in this game, and there was no lag or like latency issues. So generally about as stable a game as we can get. Anyway, let's get into this. So first and foremost, the first tip that a lot of new people tend to overlook, and I notice this with a lot of randoms, is when you are jumping out of the ship, whether you are the jump master or you are just one of the guys, people don't look around when they are flying in. So I'll just start this up. I'm now doing my emote, but you can see I'm looking around, scouting to see how many people are dropping behind, how many are going with us. And the way you do this is very simply right click, hold your right click, and just use your mouse to look around. So just a quick look to see how many people are there. There's one team going possibly with us around here. Let me use the marker, this fancy marker thing, it sometimes doesn't work properly. So one team is going towards this side of the train yard. Right, so I'll just move on. Next tip is, when you are getting close to dropping, split from your team. As you can see, the Revenant has split and he is targeting one of the top cars here, this one, and I'm targeting the other one, this one. Now another thing, a quick tip is, The Wraith was going down here, and her trajectory meant that she would not have made it up here, and she was dipping. So we had to split, and as you can see, I went parallel to the ground to get some elevation and make it to the other box. Now luckily I find a level 3 body shield, and next we move to the boss fight. The team that was landing with us, they landed and they went up top to the other cart over here. By this time I had found the level 3 body shield. I also found a devotion and a spitfire, so I was really well loaded for this fight. I'm still picking up stuff because they're above us. I'm trying to see as much information. Alright, so now quickly, now here you can instantly get a lot of information about the enemy team already. So if you see, we have a crypto drone here, and we have a GB bubble here. So already we know we have a crypto and a GB on that team. We don't know the third right now. This helps in how you approach the fight. So I'm not worried too much. I know they're up there, they're holding the high ground. Now I don't know if you noticed, but there was a slight orange color GB bubble. So you can see here, GB is over here. He's not looking at me. I tried to use the nade, which is probably not the smart thing here. I should have done this instead. And since he was standing there, I should have just tried to laser him, but I did not have a sight. Now I do have a sight. I should have really knocked him there. Got him very weak. I type in telling my teammates that the GB is weak. Crypto is using his drone. So I'll just move forward a bit towards the later part of the fight. Let me actually just run this because we soon find out who the third is on there. All three of them are up there. And you can see the gas there, so there's a caustic as well. Alright, so we have all the information we need to take this fight on. Now, with the caustic in there, we don't want to push that. He will have his barrels up there. We take the zip line up, we'll be in trouble. Alright, so what I do is I go up to the next cart, make a zip line in case another team pushes us or these guys start to push us. And I was hoping the totem was ready and we could use that, but I don't know how long it takes for the totem. I'm trying to get more information. I'm giving them as much information. My teammates would have figured this out, but I just typed it in anyway just to let them know what they are, and basically trying to tell them that there's a caustic there, don't push in. Yeah, I said wish I had nades. If I had more nades, they're all sitting there. They don't have a Watson to block the nades, and this would be very nice to take them out. Now, because of caustic, I'm not ready to push. I'm just not in the mood to go and get killed. The Wraith, on the other hand, he wants to push. Now, the crypto is using the drone. This is a good chance to basically capture them because one guy is not looking. Now, notice something that I'll point out here. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but I did not when I was playing the game. There's somebody running here. This is a different team. For some reason, they did not come to us, they did not see us, they did not get involved. So we were lucky there, but I did not see that at all, and I don't think my team missed it either. I saw this when I was watching the video. But what I did notice was these bins were open. I did not see that guy going there. So I was worried about another team coming in. You can see I'm still looking there because I saw the bins, and in the meantime, the Wraith pushes in. As you can see, she pushes in, she hits one of the gas barrels, which was expected, which is why I wasn't pushing. But now that she had pushed in, we could take advantage if they kept them distracted long enough. And you can see she has already downed one. Now what I was hoping was that he would stay up and they might try to chase him. The Revenant meanwhile pushes in as well. I'm still waiting to just get an opportunity to hit back. Now as you can see, the 𝐁𝐵, he's making a run for it. I think that was a mistake on his part. There was no reason for him to leave because they were secure up there. Both my teammates pushed in, but they just pushed in, did a bit of damage, and then they left. We couldn't afford to fight with them inside there with the caustic gas. They were fairly secure there. But again, these were probably not that great players and they panicked. 𝐁𝐵 dropped down. And yeah, he gets knocked. Crypto, he's in his drone and he's trying to EMP everyone, but his teammate is down. The other teammate was already down. And now the Wraith pushes in and they should finish it up quick. That's the caustic. I think he was already down. And that's it. That's a fight over. Now, notice. I don't know if anybody spotted this. I did when I was playing the game. There's a team pushing and I note there's one guy here. He just moved behind the rock as I was jumping down. So I'm pretty sure my teammates don't know. So first thing I do is ping them. And you can see another one coming now. This guy here. Actually, I put the arrow on top of it. Here. So as a Watson player, what should I do? Both my teammates are distracted. Both of them have taken a bit of damage. You can see. Both are a little weak. And both are unaware that there's another team. I ping the team and now I rush in to back them up. Because I stayed out of that fight. I did not push in all that time. But now I'm pushing in and I'm going to make fences and I'm going to put my ultimate, the pylon, the interceptor pylon, as quickly as possible because they are going to lob nades in that cart. And for us, it's better to stay up there, what the first team did not do. So watch how this goes. So quickly grab up. Now this all means how to play your legend. Ultimate is charged. Put a fence on the other side in case they try to come up from the other side. And see, that was the first nade that came in, got blocked. Second, third nade, fourth. I don't know how many nades they dropped, like 4 nades I think. They are healing, they have healed. Now what I wanted to do at this point was tell the Revenant to drop his totem in here, which will be very safe. We drop down, we fight the team, and if we get hit, we'll come back and we'll still be safe. But they had other ideas, the other team. I'll just increase the volume so you can see here a bit more of what happens. I hope you heard that the 𝐁𝐵, one of theirs, took the zip line pushing in, and you can see I had done the fences already. Now another thing to note with the fences is if you are playing Watson, the fences are not very strong. They disorient the enemy for a brief few seconds. So what I try to do is if I have the fences charged up, I make a sort of figure of 8 pattern, a zigzag sort of pattern. So instead of just making one, let's say one node here, and connecting them like this, what I do is I make a zigzag pattern like this and connect them like this. You can see this is what I was trying to do. So when the enemy comes in, let me change the color here. Say the enemy, he comes in through this side. He gets hit by 1 fence, 2 fence, 3 fence. If he moves here, he gets hit, he gets hit. So they get locked in there for a lot longer. They take a little more damage. They are sort of stunned for a little longer. And as a result, making them very easy to hit. With 1 fence, if it's just 1 fence, let me clear this up again. So let's say it's only 1 fence. You make a fence like this. They come through here, they get hit once, they take a bit of damage, and then they stand here and they start shooting at you. But because of this figure of 8 pattern, they are stuck in there for a lot longer and they keep taking damage. So this guy, he pops up and I just wreck him, but because he was pointing straight at me, he did a bit of damage. Now at this point I wanted to do a finisher to get my health back, my shields back. You can see I've taken 3 bars of damage and I wanted to get my health back up. Since he was alone, I did not expect his teammates to come, plus I had knocked one and one of my teammates had knocked one, as you can see here as well. So we are almost comfortable. However, just to be safe, and because this guy had crawled towards the window here, now if I did a finisher, I would be an open target for anybody. Let's say another team comes from here, or somebody's here, or even his teammates like below, they'll get a clear shot while I'm doing the finisher and I would get knocked for no reason. So I decided not to do that and just thirst him, even though I was running out of ammo. And also, I'll just use his shield, swap. He had a blue, so I did not swap, but I swapped the Mastiff, took the Mastiff, and yeah. And that fight is over. They already got the others. And charge up, heal up, etc, etc. Alright, now this isn't done yet. We are still at the train yard, but it was gone quiet and the ring was closing. So we are just picking up the materials from these bins here. And another team pops up. This team made no sound whatsoever. And there they are. They're up top. I don't know where they came from. No sound whatsoever from them. Maybe it was that team that I noticed earlier. They had circled around. I don't know. But they were here and the Revenant spotted first. So first thing, out in the open, we need to go behind cover. Now, we cannot take a fight. They have the high ground and we are down here and in the open. So the least I can do is go behind cover here. Maybe go in here, maybe go up here. But what I thought we can do is go back up to one of the cards here on the minimap. You see the back cards, because I had put up all my fences up there. We'll go back up, we'll get the high ground. And if things get bad with this team, my plan was we can rotate out this way, the other side, this side, and go into the zone. Instead of going through here, we can go through the other side. Because I don't like going through the tunnel inside. There's a vault down here. This place is very risky because you can get pinched from both sides. So I just pinged them, we moved out, but the ring was closing, so we couldn't really fight them properly. And also, another team pops up. I'll mention when they come up. So yeah, we do some, trades with that team. I heal up, go behind cover and heal up. Just make sure you don't give them line of sight. Now the ring is closing, so we decide to move. And you'll notice I ping the right hand side, this side. I want to go this way. Because they still have the high ground, they might drop, it might get ugly. There might be another team waiting in the tunnel, who knows. This is the first ring, so it won't do too much damage. Nades coming in. See, look at my ping. I've pinged the other side, but my teammates are not paying attention. They are going all in. So at this point, as a random, when you are with 2 teammates, my policy is to stay with your team, and even if it means you die fighting, at least stay together. I try my best to keep the team together, even if it's not the right idea, even if it's not in their best interest. And another thing to note is, like, this stage in the game, we've already had 2 fights with the team. I have an idea of what they are capable of. If they're a good team, if they're good teammates, if they stick around, if they play well together, then I'm willing to take this gamble and support them. If they land early, they don't ping, they go their own way, they start fighting, then it's a lost cause. I don't care, then I play my own game. But here I was willing to support them, even if it meant we died trying to do that. Now, if you notice, the Revenant just said another squad attacking down here. Another squad attacking damn skin suits. So this is a second team. These things these voice lines are very, very useful in Apex because you can't tell by yourself. So these voice lines give you a lot of information. Now, I did not know at this point whose thermite this was. Now, if you are new to the game, you may or may not know about this. But if it's your teammate's thermite here, you can actually walk through it and you won't take damage. If you throw your own thermite, then you will take damage. If the enemy throws a thermite, you'll take damage. So if this was my teammate's nade, then I could have walked through and would not have taken damage. But I think this was an enemy's nade. And in fact, let's just roll back a bit and see whose thermite this was, because again, this is where game sense comes into the picture. If this was my teammate's grenade, then there was no need for me to stand back. Now, if you see here, I don't see anything from my teammates in here saying thermite, or like here in the thing, like I'm throwing a thermite or anything like that. So my guess was correct, that it was one of the enemy's nades. Alright, so Apple Crew, the Revenant, he just knocked someone. 𝐁𝐮𝐝𝒂𝒏𝒏𝒆𝒍𝒔, and they thirst them. My guess was this guy was from the first team. Now, if you see all the nades and the gunshots, they're fighting below us down there. I'm just grabbing the ammo while they're distracted. Now I'm going to make a fence here in case they try to come up. So just block them. Keeping the high ground is very important in this game. Now, this point. The fight has ended between the two teams. One team has come out on top and they're right below us, somewhere down here. Okay. 2 points where we can attack them from. One is here and one is obviously next to the stairs. I'm here alone. My teammates are on the other side. I'm trying to get an idea of how many people are down there. There could be all three there. There could be just one guy, two guys. I don't know how much damage they've taken. I'm just waiting for that. I'm not jumping down. Revenant wants energy ammo. I just offer him some. Right. Now they have distracted the team and they've started fighting. Now, both of them have pushed down, they've started firing. Whoever is down there and how many people are down there, they don't know about me. So this is my moment to jump down and flank them from behind. There's only one caustic, he gets taken out very quickly. Again, everything going according to plan, playing about as smartly as I can. And yeah, just being patient. Alright, now this is a very interesting fight because what happened was there was, I hope we can turn around. Alright, no, I don't know if I copy this. Anyway, the point is, if you see the mini map, let me mark it a bit. Show you what. So there was a team here, and I wanted to fight them. And what I had typed in the chat was telling the Revenant to make a totem, and the Wraith, she made a portal. So he makes the totem, we take the portal, we push in and we fight. But the Revenant was very slow to respond and the ring started closing. You can see 20 seconds to go. So instead of taking that fight, I decided to back out. And we had gone into the death shadow mode, but I had waited for it to expire before proceeding because I did not want to take the fight and then get killed and go back into the ring where the totem was, because the totem was now outside the ring, the safe area. So we completely lost track of the other team, where they went in all of that. And now we were just moving into the zone. And he had pinged an enemy over there, if you see the mini-map. So I thought that team had moved on there and we can safely go through here and maybe just move around this side. But that team was still here. So the Pathfinder pops up, he's hitting me. Now my shield is broken, but you may have heard of the shield swap thing. You can see there's a care package with the level 3 shield sitting, and he's on the other side, I'm on this side. We're both trading shots. What I wanted to do now was to rush in, grab the shield before he does the same thing, because that can turn the fight in my favor very, very quickly. And if he does it, it might turn it in his favor. Both of us have broken shields. So I'll just let this play out and show you what happens. I don't know what exactly happened there, because I tried to go for the shield. It looked like I had grabbed it, but I did not notice it on my, it wasn't on my body, as you can see here. And I don't think he grabbed it either, because he was flesh by the looks of it. But let's just go back and see if he was actually flesh, or did he actually take the shield? Because I think he was flesh. Let me go in slow motion, see what happens here. It's too far. Okay, I'm jumping in. See, the shield disappears. I did take the shield, right? Like, I was very confident in the game that I took the shield. He's got a red shield, so he doesn't have that purple shield. And then the Wraith comes in behind and knocks me, Monty Legger, and he's already knocked my teammate. Now she comes and grabs the shield here. You can see she picks up the shield and she drops another shield. Now, we were both trying to do the same thing. I don't know what happened there when I tried to do it. Since the shield was on the care package, it should have been a full shield. It was unlikely that it was like an empty shield on the care package. So either that shield just never came up to me, or it dropped and he took the shield, or I don't know if this was very confusing, because that's why I got knocked, because if I had the shield I would have survived a little longer. He tries to thirst me here. She's trying to revive, but now she backs out. Now, the way she was panicking suggested to me that her shield was also broken, because let's say that shield, the mystery shield, if it was already broken, I would not have been able to swap it, which would make sense. And if she tried to swap it, she would have swapped it for another broken shield, meaning she did not have shields. And she might have realized that and tried to, back out and heal quickly. So my teammate, the Wraith, she's got a full shield, full health. She pushes in and knocks her very quickly. So that suggests that she did not have shields there. So that swap did not work. But he clutched it nicely and he revives us. I wonder if we go back to that shield, because that was a level 3 shield. I did not bother looking at it. Alright, anyway, that was very confusing. Even like I've watched this part multiple times and I can't figure out what happened to that shield. Did it just bounce off the care package and just drop on the ground without me getting it, or was it already broken? I have a feeling it was already broken, but I don't think broken shields get sort of stuck on the care package. They drop.
Let's go that way.
I heard you.
We are not alone. Enemy right here. No more stones.
And another point I wanted to mention here is, you see this zip line. This zip line goes straight up there, but I don't take it, and neither do my teammates, because obviously it'll make a lot of sound. You're also very exposed and vulnerable on the zip line. You'll get taken out very quickly. So we all decided to just walk up, and we did not have to actually tell this to each other. Everybody did the same thing. Just make sure to see if anybody's there. Now I wanted to go this side. And now one of the things that you can use game sense wise, or just notice, you can see this bin isn't opened. So this tells me that people haven't been here. Again, there's no guarantee people could be hiding here, but this is one indication that this area hasn't been looted yet. The blast wall, as you can see here, hasn't been raised because this is like a new addition. If people press the button here on this thing here, this raises this part, so it's not been used. So clearly this hasn't been looted or touched. So I feel safer that there are people not likely to be here. They're probably here, maybe they're coming from this side. So this area looks safe on the other side. Safe here, and potentially team enemies on the other side. I'm doing this in this manner because I want to give you an idea of what goes on during your head when you're playing, and how sometimes you miss obvious things, sometimes you expect and predict things properly, and all of that can matter, and how you can notice minor things to make the game work in your favor. So finally found a turbocharger, used it, and I don't know if you saw that really quickly, somebody just went sliding past here, and I just pinged. So my team is aware. This guy, you can see the Pathfinder standing there. He did not notice us. This dude here, he gets knocked quickly. Quickly back out. We already have an advantage. Drop the gen. Push in closer. Now at this point, we have knocked one. There's a second. Sorry, there are two people there. I have two teammates. I've taken a bit of damage. My teammates are full health. So I take this opportunity to quickly heal up. Because it's a 2v2 fight, I can quickly heal up and then go and help them out before the final team arrives, which we still don't know where they are. Now another quick tip is, if you have the red shield, I would recommend carrying more batteries. I personally would prefer a gold shield over the red shield every time, because with the gold shield you can just use 2 cells and quickly heal them up. You don't have to worry about carrying batteries. If you have like 4 to 8 cells, you are sorted. With the gold shield, imagine using 5 cells to like fully heal it up, and if you don't fully heal it up and if you only do 4 bars, then it's the same as a gold shield. So I feel the gold shield is much better. But if you do have a red shield, get more batteries. And the red shield can be more useful on low profile legends like Watson, Ray, Lifeline, Pathfinder. Now what I did not expect was both my teammates to get taken out that quickly. Octane took a lot of damage, clearly. He was running out. Took the jump pad. I'm trying to... He was flesh. I tried to make sure I got him quickly. And notice I'm not ADSing with the gun because this is very close range. Don't want to mess this up. So I get him. Now it's a 1v1. I have full health. Both my teammates are down, but it's a 1v1. And the other guy, the final guy on that team, he's probably not full health. So I've already got the advantage by knocking Octane. Again, trying not to ADS. Get the whole team. Nicely done. Now, I don't know if you heard that. I'll just rewind this because you should have heard the sound. Yeah, that is the sound of the blast walls going up. which only means one thing, that the final team is pushing like mad from this direction. Now, I cannot fight a full team on my own, so it's in my best interest to revive at least one of my teammates. Also, this would be a good point to talk about 𝐁𝐮𝐲 once again, because there are several points that I want to point out, and I want to know how many of you spotted these things. So this is the first point, the blast walls going up. At this point, I decide to revive the 𝐁𝐿 because the 𝐁𝐿 was the better player, in my opinion. Also, she was closer to me. There is this bit of, forklift here as a bit of cover. The Revenant, at this point, as a teammate, he should have tried to go inside the door here. He should have tried to crawl in there into safety. But he was trying to look out, I think, trying to spot the enemy. So that is fine as well. But it was impossible for me to revive both of them. Now, you can notice I'm pinging the enemies here to make both of them aware that as soon as the 𝐁𝐿 gets up, she needs to hurry out, queue out, get into safety, heal up, whatever. Don't stand out in the open looting or trying to shield swap or something. The Revenant, as I said, should have tried to go inside. He did not. I ping where I want them to go. Alright. Now I want to, let's just run this a little. No, we have to go through the whole sequence to give you all the points here. So first point, hearing the blast walls come up, that is the sign of the enemy team pushing me. Okay. Second, pinging to back out into cover. Now, third point, I don't know if you guys noticed. I think that shouldn't be too difficult. Teammate 𝐁𝐿, she's using a Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix take a long time. So if I go into the ring, you can see the ring is coming. We are not in the ring. We have to go here in the middle, this side. The ring is going to hurt us. This is also, as you can see, ring number 4. This will hurt badly. 1 or 2 ticks can take us out. Now, because she is using a Phoenix, I stay and give her some cover fire, giving her a few more precious seconds to pull off the Phoenix. Because if I had run, they would have pushed her, and while she was using her Phoenix, they would have hit her and she would not have been able to pull off the Phoenix. The Revenant at this point is just nothing we can do. He's trying to get into the ring, which is smart, but I can't, neither of us can revive him. Now you can see enemies coming here, and I couldn't tell who they were at the start here, but I have a devotion. I'm going to try and at least see if I can knock one of them. That will stop their progress. That's a lifeline. And there's a Bangalore ultimate. Now, confession time. This Bangalore ultimate that just drops here literally in front of me, I did not pay attention to that at all, and while I was playing the game I did not even notice it. So this is the point where I was talking about 𝐁𝐮𝐲. I told you about the 𝐁𝐿 healing up and me trying to give her cover. That's all well and good, but sometimes there's so many things going on that something obvious just doesn't register in your brain. There's also another very obvious thing that did not register that I've already mentioned right now, and that is the ring. I'm still outside the ring. So let's just run this. Now I go back in, and now I realize we are not in the zone and this circle will hit us. What do we do? Open the door, get out. That's obvious. Other option, shield swap from this box. This was, I think, the Pathfinder from the other team. But because the ring is charging so quickly that I wanted to just run out into the zone. Octane's jump pad again, did not remember that at all, but it came in clutch right now. Double jump, and now at this point, you know the enemy team is right above us, up over here, like sort of behind them. I should make this like above at this area. So right now, if I go through this direction, they still have line of sight. So I'm trying to go around here so I can heal up away from them and survive. So to recap that whole section, blast walls were coming up. That told me that the enemy team was pushing. I pinged the enemies to tell them, to tell my teammates that that team is pushing. Went inside, gave the Wraith cover fire because she was using a Phoenix heal and she would not have survived if I had left her alone. I could have shield swapped. I did not notice the Bangalore ultimate. I did not notice the ring coming onto us, like we were outside the ring, even inside that room. I did not notice the Octane jump pad. Yeah, so let me know how many of those things you would have spotted or you realized if I hadn't mentioned them. But anyway, so we heal up. Now I am a team player, as I've said. I try my best, like my absolute best, to save my teammates, but it was in our best interest as a team to leave the Revenant and not even try to help him at this point, because that would have gotten us killed very quickly. You can see how much damage I've taken. I think I took 2 ticks damage from the zone, and it's already like half health. So heal up, get the med kit, and now it is very important for us to get the high ground. Look at the ring, and the ring is at a high ground. So while the enemy team is thirsting my team at here, we move into position, get the high ground, and that makes the whole thing turn in our favor, even if it's like a 2v3. Because at this point, I still don't know how many of them there are. I saw a Lifeline and I saw a Bangalore. We're still trying to see where the enemies are. There they are. So I can see the Lifeline. Now I'm running quickly to get the high ground because I don't want them to come up here. And on top of that, I put my fence here, so the only zip line that takes them up here, we are going to cover that. And now I want to cover the left side in case they go around and try to climb up. But they were still down there. Those boxes, they could use that to climb up. Teammate has spotted one. Bangalore is smoking. Now there's also another interesting tidbit that I'll mention at the end here. The Bangalore comes in through the right. And this was just bad aim on my part. I should have finished her here. She was out in the open. I had the high ground. I had a devotion with a turbocharger. There was no excuse for me to not knock her. But I left her with like very little health. Now, what she should have done, what I was expecting her to do, was go around this side and heal. Because if we push down now, we give away our high ground advantage. And we still don't know how many there are. You can see the faint outline of the second. Now, there were only 2 of them, just the 2 of them. So it was a 2v2. They did not have a third. Lifeline comes in. Because the Bangalore is no longer visible and she's probably healing, I shoot at the Lifeline. Now, the Bangalore starts shooting back at me. Now, this is again game sense time. I had done a lot of damage to the Bangalore. I think around 150 or so. So she would not have had the time to heal up in that short period. So she starts shooting back at me. What I do is I immediately switch my aim from the Lifeline and onto the Bangalore because I want to get that knockdown quickly. There you go. Now we turn the tide in our favor. I also, at this point, I quickly looked at my health. I've only taken a little damage because they were both shooting at me. In my head, I thought I had taken more damage, but when I quickly looked at my health, I was fine. Now, the next thing to worry about now is the Lifeline. The Lifeline can res the enemy without actually having to get involved. Her drone does it for her. So I was trying to either thirst the Bangalore or we have to finish the Lifeline. And at this point, we were confident there was only 2 of them. So just quickly go into cover and heal. I'm trying to thirst her because of that reason. Now what I did not realize was the lifeline was just sitting down here in the corner. My teammates has already pushed in. I just push in with him. And get ready to watch the worst aim you've ever seen in the history of aiming. Point blank range, I missed the whole magazine. So switch over to Massive and we finish the fight. Now the interesting tidbit I wanted to mention about the Bangalore was, this Bangalore was my teammate in the previous game, literally the game before this one. She was my teammate, so I wanted to go back to her box and maybe teabag or something. I didn't want to teabag, that's just rude. But I wanted to see the name because I thought it was the same guy. And he was, I checked the game. So yeah, so there we have it. That's the game. The raid did more damage than me and she revived both of us. So did a bit more clutching. I did revive her. She saved us in that fight, the third fight before the end, and I got the final team, the second last team, and the final team as well. So even the Revenant, he did almost 1,000 damage. None of us are like high level players. None of us are like Predator players or something. Just stick together, stay close, have some game sense, game awareness, and it's not that difficult. Teamwork makes it so much easier. So yeah, it's a bit different. I don't know how to do these sort of tips videos, guide videos. Hopefully this style of talking and like going through my thought process is helpful. Give me your feedback, and if you want to see more stuff like this. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.